We are back.
We are back, baby.
Yeah. We missed 1 week. Load shedding. That's quite kind of a struggle.
Yeah, I think it's the most. What? I think we've gotten so used to not having electricity for half the day. It's just an acceptable thing now.
Yeah. I saw a news article in I think like 1980 something, where in a small town in South Africa, there wasn't power for like 34 minutes, and it made like breaking news. The city doesn't have power, and everyone was mad at the government. And
I mean, everyone's still mad at the government, but oh goodness.
For the people that don't know, load shedding in South Africa is kind of a nice thing, because then you can refer back to books and actually talking to your wife and your siblings.
It forces you to pay attention to the people that are important to you, you know?
Yeah, or even like your lawn outside. So we get about, at my house at this stage, we're getting like anywhere between 4 and 6 hours of load shedding a day, which is terrible.
We have like some solar panels and batteries. I must say that is a blessing.
Yes.
An absolute blessing.
You are blessed.
Bro. I want to fight the people at Eskom, like all of them.
Yeah, like, that's a lot of
simultaneously. But I haven't been training for like a while. I've been getting a lot of recurring staph infections, but it has had the effect that I don't have that outlet.
Yeah.
So I just start talking shit online.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
You shouldn't do that.
Afrikaans people on TikTok. Like, if you can find my, it's like semi-anonymous, you know? Like my face is on there.
Yeah, you have a profile picture,
distorted.
but it's not your name.
It's not my name.
But it's kind of your face.
It is my face. But if you go into like the following and you go and check with friends, like you would know it's, like,
you'll catch it quickly.
Yes, if I talk a lot of shit about you and you really want to like come burn my house down, you could find me.
Yeah, you'll definitely. And I think that's what you're looking for, that little bit of excitement.
You need it.
So I think we'll do a proper like back to training, especially you have had some staff now recently, and I've also went through like a phase where I was struggling with it back to back. I remember we took turns, like between me and my girlfriend. I had staff, then she had staff, and then
goodness,
some of my other family members got staff as well. So it is something that you should address. I haven't had staff in quite a while. Okay, for the people that don't know, about 10 days before we were about to fly to Vegas for the Contender Series, I got staff under my arm, which was intense.
I saw that photo. It is ugly.
Yes, it was bad.
Ugly.
Where it got so bad that we had to do like a small emergency procedure where we had to, like, in the chair, had to cut it out 4 or 5 days before we flew. And then we just prayed that it will heal so that you can be medically cleared. So that's some of the adversity I was referring to in camp. And that's not to mention all the other stuff like knuckles and knees and stuff like that.
Knees.
So, yeah, but staph is really a serious problem if it's not addressed. I know about a guy that I won't mention his name, but he was training with us, and it got so bad that he developed heart problems. And it was also a weird thing because, like, at that stage, I would say like our facility is super clean. I think just some people are more prone to have it, and I think if you have like a slightly weakened immune system, maybe you party, maybe you don't take the vitamins you need, maybe you're under severe stress, I think that can also
or maybe you just came off of antibiotics. Your system is down.
Exactly.
Like if you have staph,
yeah,
I would say it's preferable like get off the antibiotics and take some time off, just get that system up and running again, because I did exactly the opposite. I got my lip, went back to training directly after my antibiotics, not even a week afterwards, and then I got like a bad year.
And that's weird because that period I got it a lot was also in my face. I got it also in my lip. I was in high care in the hospital for like 4 or 5 days. It was my fault. That was basically, I've had it before that, but that was the first severe one, which really spiraled into it being where plastic surgeon had to like clean my lip and stuff. So that was really bad. But I also didn't take care of it properly. Like I did try and squeeze it to relieve some of that pressure.
It's
because
painful.
people that don't know, staph, it feels like almost like a water balloon is stuck. Well, that's how it felt for me, like a water balloon, and it's like on the verge of popping, but it doesn't.
It feels like if you can just like make a little cut, it'll just be better.
Yes, exactly. And that's why I started squeezing it, and actually, without really knowing, I spread it down, up, and up into my face, and it was terrible. And after that, also, then I got it again next to my face, and so we went on the right antibiotics, which is also very important, and then also did a probiotic course after that, because like you said, your immunity is so compromised after that. So it's really something, like Gordon Ryan, I think it's because of like antibiotics, his stomach
messed up his stomach completely.
And so if it's not well taken care of, but that friend we had, that it actually started attacking his heart. So it came into his bloodstream, and then he got a weakened heart because of that, and he had to stop. And that was very unfortunate. But I also think if you manage it well, I think you can get through it. So no worries.
No worries. Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back soon.
Yeah, and then you'll stop tuning people on the internet.
It helps so much. Like everyone needs an outlet.
Yeah,
especially if you're a guy, you have more testosterone and stuff, you need an outlet.
Yeah.
A lot of guys find that outlet in all the wrong places.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
at Latino's Bistro.
Yeah, at Latino's Bistro or like wherever.
Yeah.
Wherever you go. Like you can have some really unhealthy outlets, like talking shit online.
Yeah.
But that's not even the worst one. Like there's other ones that.
Yeah, I would say that's like that's really like low key. That's fine. You'll be okay.
But I promise you, if I don't train for another month, like no, not even train. Like I'm gymming and stuff and keeping fit, but train specifically combat sports. Like 2 months from now, I don't know. I don't want to know like where it's gonna be.
Yeah, no, we'll get you back to training as quickly as possible,
soon, please.
But speaking of training, of fighting, Sandhagen, Song Yadong.
Yo,
what a cool fight. I know we are very late to the party discussing this fight, but I just want to revert back to it because it was such a cool fight to watch. And I think our prediction was also quite spot on.
We both had Sandhagen.
Yeah. And going into the later rounds was really cool. I was happy. I think it's like I made money after 3 rounds, so that was also sick. And what a massive cut. Like Song Yadong is tough as nails, but that was a fair stoppage. I think it was very fair.
What was the other cut where I think it was a fighter just before?
Oh yes, Gregory something.
He got a cut, and
great fight.
And I just saw this little. Like it's like a blood vessel. You could see his artery popping down.
That was quite a scary sight as well. I think they were in the running for fight of the month.
Oh, were they?
And Rodriguez versus
Gregory Rodriguez, I think.
Njo Kwani.
Difficult names. And the other fight of the month, I would like to mention Tuivasa v. Gone.
I think
we talked about it already, but what
was that like
battle?
Oh yeah, that's both for September. I think I'll give it to Gone and Tuivasa.
Tuivasa, absolutely.
That was a great fight. But yeah, so Sandhagen had a great fight, and he actually said he wants either Marlon Vera or Merab Dazvili.
I like the Cheeto fight.
I love the Cheeto fight.
I
don't like the Dazvili fight just because of how he fights. It's
stylistically, how fun would Sandhagen Cheeto be?
Great fight. Please book that now. Take my money. That's a great fight. And also, and then I'm also conflicted because I love Marlon Vera. He's so good, but I also love Sandhagen. Who do you go for?
Ooh. I like Sandhagen.
You can have like a hard choice and a brain choice.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Honestly, and Sandhagen lost 2 fights before now the Yadong fight, but brain says Sandhagen, but heart says Cheeto.
Really?
Yeah.
My brain and heart are agreeing on this one, which is
that's rare. Huh?
Marlon Vera. I think I really think he has so good momentum. I think he's a massive bantamweight. I think he hits underratedly hard, and I really think he has such good momentum that he can really take the fight to Sandhagen. And Sandhagen loves fighting off his back foot. Actually, in this fight, he fought off his front foot a lot more, but he got caught quite a lot. And I think if Vera catches him the way Song caught him, I think he gets taken out.
He gets out.
Yeah.
I think stylistically, I don't know. It has been a long time since Sugar fought Cheeto.
Yes.
That was quite a while ago. But for me, at least, like that Sugar style and Sandhagen style, it's quite similar for me.
Yeah.
And Cheeto had some trouble against Sugar Sean.
Yes. He did. But I think also like his pressure is super overwhelming. It's really hard to deal with someone like Vera. And I think the more confidence he gains, the better he is coming forward. So.
But that's the only thing that's in my head, maybe going, okay, Sandhagen is so good off of his back foot.
He catches him.
He's so good with pressure fighters.
Yeah.
He might just catch him. But then my heart says, exactly as you said, like Cheeto is just on a roll.
Yeah,
like he seems unbeatable.
Frankie Edgar was also, he was great on his front foot, and he got caught badly.
Turned into
yeah,
that was bad.
That's a great fight. I really want to see it. I don't want to see the Dazvili fight. That's a terrible fight.
He sounds like a wrestler. I haven't seen much of it.
Yes,
to
he's
be
that
honest.
Georgian. I think it's Georgian. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he's a wrestler, and he trains with Aljamain Sterling as well.
Okay.
So he fought Aldo in the last fight.
Oh yes, of course.
And also just like, man, Aldo also retired since last we spoke. So that is when I saw that I was really sad.
Yeah,
I was
same.
like, I wanted him to have
Same.
one more run, and his last fight, his exit fight, was not as satisfying as, example, Nate Diaz exiting. He got a win. He had a show. It worked out perfectly for Diaz. It could have gone worse for Aldo. He could have walked out with being knocked out cold or something like that. But Dazvili didn't make that fight.
I want to say Aldo, even though he's a veteran of the game. I mean, he's been there since Strikeforce and stuff.
Yes.
But I still feel like he's going out on a high.
Yes.
I still feel like he's not like a Tony Ferguson who's on like a 4-fight losing streak or 5. I don't know how many Tony has lost now, but it's been a few.
Yeah.
But I still feel like Aldo could have beaten some of the other top 5, top 10 guys.
100%, without a doubt. I think really, and also you could see it in his retirement, like how many people just like shared their love and appreciation for what he has done for the sport, So it's really cool. He's one of the guys, like for the longest time I only watched our regional guys, the EFC, and then when I started getting into like watching overseas and UFC and stuff like that, he's one of the guys I watched the most, and it was really sad to see him retire, but also fair to him.
Fair play. What a career, what a legend. If that man is not in the Hall of Fame by this time next year, I riot.
Yeah.
I will personally riot.
100%. Yeah, he should. He deserves to be there. So, and yeah, I think
this was the first ever featherweight champ the UFC had.
Yes.
Ever.
Yes.
He was Strikeforce champ.
Yeah. WEC.
He went on a run for the ages before McGregor.
Of course.
So and then came back even after the McGregor fight. He went on a run.
Great momentum into this Dazvili fight, and then it ended the way it did, which was quite.
But I mean, all the best to him. I see he just got a baby.
Yes,
good for him. Like enjoy it. Like he deserves every good thing that comes to him.
It's gonna be cool to see what he does actually. Like in terms of like, I think he'll possibly or probably have business ventures and stuff like that. Maybe his own gym, maybe go into teaching. It will be very cool to see what he does.
Whatever he's selling, I'm buying. Like I'm trying to think of something that I'm really not into. Yeah. Like I don't know what's something you're really not into. I'm really
traffic.
So the Aldo car. I would buy a car.
A car
if like
the Scarface model.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Take my money.
My money. Like sunglasses, I don't even have a pair of sunglasses, but I promise you, if there's a Jose Aldo sunglasses, I'm buying. I love that guy.
Yeah. And then also some of the events we missed, we had ADCC, which was also great. I think that was the same evening as the Sandhagen fights, if I'm not mistaken. And that was really cool too. I watched the highlights. I didn't watch the live event, but John Danaher and the Death Squad, or the new day after the separation, and now
B team,
the Texan Death Squad, is absolutely amazing.
Bro, Gordon Ryan. I always say I think Gordon Ryan is a bit of a dick. Like I don't think I would get along well with him.
Really?
No.
Why?
I don't know. He just rubs me the wrong way.
Okay.
Like those. Like
he does a lot of rubbing.
Like the Afrikaans TikTok people. You know exactly who you are, Christian. Just people that rub me the wrong way.
Yeah. Yes.
But yes, he's amazing. He is incredible.
You cannot deny. And I follow John Danaher for a simple point. You've never seen him post a photo with hashtag blessed, and that's the caption. It's always like this story, and it's awesome. I love it. It's like my daily reader, Mr. Danaher. We know you're watching.
Yeah.
If you want to post every day, I'll read it every single day. And it's really it's a lot of fun.
You'll do book reports on his captions.
Yes,
it sounds like.
Yeah, it's great because it has so much depth and insights in how his camp went. And even he said there's coming back after, like we said, with the staph infection and coming back into training with his stomach problems he had, and then going and not only fighting in his own division, but fighting in another division, and then also fighting Andre Galval in an exhibition, and then making all of that look easy. It's absolutely
and Galval,
insane.
he's a killer.
He is a killer. Atos Jiu-Jitsu, that's him.
Yes.
That's the guy. He's the developer he's the mastermind behind that whole program. And it's absolutely insane to see Gordon just
run through him.
And really made it look easy.
You know who someone I do like?
Yes.
Is the self-proclaimed second best of all time, the self-proclaimed silver medalist, Craig Jones. I love Craig Jones. And he did really well as well.
If there's one guy, I don't order a lot of stuff from overseas just because it never gets here. It gets stolen, it gets lost. Yeah. But his merchandise,
yes, I do like it. I do like it.
It's great. It is so cool. If we're again in the States, we have to to stop by.
You can
just say hello.
I'm probably not. I'm not going there, but you can bring me back. Subscribe to my OnlyFans rash guard and a pair of leopard print shorts. Please.
Yes,
please.
He's a fun guy to watch. Obviously, do his jiu-jitsu, but also just how he carries himself is amazing.
And he I think he's the closest thing you can get to a natural BJJ athlete.
100%.
Nicky Rod.
Yes.
No way that guy's natural. Gordon Ryan, I doubt it.
They probably get
Galval?
tested. I don't know if they get tested. Galval,
he's juiced.
100% pure beef.
That, but it's fine. If everyone's juiced, no one's juiced. So it's fine. Go for it. It's just jiu-jitsu.
I actually don't know if they get tested.
I think they do, but they don't have random testing. They just get tested before the event.
Do you think it's like a fight day?
I think it's like a fight day or fight week kind of thing.
Is it like the Olympiads? They get tested on the day of competition.
Olympics, you get tested.
Olympia, Mr. Olympia.
Oh, yeah. No, you don't get. Do you get tested for that?
I'm pretty sure you get tested.
No ways. I mean, no one even pretends to be natural there.
We all know.
We all know. Oh, C-bum, natural athlete, creatine and chicken breast, baby.
Okay, do ADCC athletes get tested?
I'm sure they do, just not regularly. You obviously have to let USADA know of your location at all times.
Yeah, 100%.
You've entered the testing
They've already
pool now.
tested me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How proud did you feel?
Yeah, I was like, come test me, baby. I'm only going to be testing positive for being an absolute animal. It's okay, so I actually do not. There's not a no. It's literally.
I'm sure they have to test. I'm sure it's a legal thing that they have to.
the first headline here says, Cade Ruotolo says only a handful of ADCC athletes don't use PEDs.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, but it's when the internet says it now it's right.
Okay, oh, sorry, here. While this might seem like a bold claim at first, it's worth remembering that ADCC does not drug test any competing athletes. Like, I don't know. I'm reading headlines here. I'm not even going into the article, but that's the first thing that's coming up.
If that's true, I thought they at least tested like day of a week of competition. Like, why would you? Like, they're almost encouraging it, like Pride back in the day.
Yeah, well, obviously, there are a lot of guys that also fight in the ADCC that are also MMA competitors.
That's true.
That are probably getting tested. So you'll have your natties, and then you'll have
of course, but
your beef patties.
Galval, Gordon Ryan, but I mean, they both roided. No one's.
Then it's a fair game.
It's a fair game.
100%.
No one's trying to hit each other, so you can't like do serious damage. We've
Yes.
talked about this before.
Yeah.
If you just wanna if you wanna wrestle and everyone's on PEDs, fine, go for it. Like if you wanna do the Tour de France and everyone's on EPO, like
Yes.
go for it.
Well, that's also like I think when Armstrong was tested, he tested positive. I think the first person that then tested negative, 17th. That is insane. I thought it was 27th, but even 17th, then you're still like fair income.
Like a lot of people, I think. I'm going to go off on a tangent now on Lance Armstrong. But I think a lot of people think, oh, Lance Armstrong, what a cheat. He wasn't that great. No. Lance Armstrong was a phenom.
But that's also the thing. Like, we've watched like some of his documentaries and stuff as well. That guy was so calculated. Like one of the guys that worked with him said it was so calculated how he worked. Like his stuff it was timed to the T. Like he cycles in the morning this time. He comes back at this time. He eats a banana at a certain time. He has his breakfast. Everything was so calculated, so in depth, professional, and that's exactly what John Danner has said about Gordon Ryan.
Discipline.
Like, train 7 days a week, and
That's crazy.
That's also a funny thing because we were talking about that this morning. And I was like, in jiu-jitsu, great, 7 days a week. I know they train unbelievably hard. They do strength and conditioning. They do all those things, but no leg kicks, no punches, no
leg kicks can put you out.
For more than a week.
They can put you out.
Yeah,
like,
sparring sessions.
Like even through the, well, not really, with the thick shin pads even, but especially the thinner ones.
Yeah.
If you take 2 proper calf kicks, like you're going to feel it for a few days.
100%.
Especially with the guys you train with who are all like 20 kilos heavier.
Yes. Well, but also again, that does not take anything away from Gordon. He's there in training. If he's not training, he's watching jiu-jitsu classes. He's teaching. It's amazing what he achieved, and you understand like it's fully deserved.
As a society, I think we should just like enjoy BJJ for what it is.
Yes.
Like it's like juicy boys wrestling each other. Like enjoy it. It's fine. Everyone's juiced. Like go for it.
Do
like,
it.
It's fine.
100%. When I retire at like a great age of 45, we're gonna wake up, we're gonna have breakfast, we're gonna do some jiu-jitsu, then we're gonna come home, do a little bit of work,
spate a bit of sauce.
I do not know about that. Maybe if I'm like really in a lot of pain.
But that's not sauce. That's like TRT and stuff.
That doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
But speaking of juicy boys, I saw Derek Lewis, Sergey Spivak has been announced.
I think juicy is almost the wrong word. I would think like
thick boys.
Thick boys. I like that. I like the thick boys.
Yeah. So that's a great fight. If it's in Texas, I'm obviously betting on Spivak.
Oh yes.
If it's literally anywhere else, Lewis all day.
That's so weird. He can't fight in Houston.
Yeah, it's weird.
But to be fair, the two guys, well, not really. Like, he beat Alex Volkov, which I would say is on the level of Tai Tuivasa.
Yeah, he was, let's be honest as well, that fight was like,
he was
losing.
But he beat
him.
He beat Blades.
He beat Blades.
Like,
also,
like really top contender.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Little bit of a fluke, but that's fine.
There's always a little asterisk next to it.
But no, you know what, actually? No. I actually saw this the other day. I don't think and I actually quite agree with the sentiment. Like, there's no such thing as a fluke, really, in fighting.
Yeah.
Like, if you get knocked out or you lose, like you've made a mistake.
Of course, yes. That's what makes the sport so great.
Yes.
It's like inch.
And everyone makes mistakes now and then. So
Yes.
you, like, it's not because Derek landed a good shot on Blades or like a lucky shot on Volkov. It's Volkov and Blades made mistakes and Derek capitalized.
But that's also the thing. Like a lot of people were saying, like, no, Edwards got lucky. Then I'm like, he did that in training. He probably did that kick 1,000 times.
Usman
in his
made a
camp.
mistake.
There's literally a video where they are discussing. Two of his coaches are discussing a Usman video, a fight video, and showing it to Edwards, saying like, look what he does with his head, and this is the plans we are making.
How interesting. Did you watch the Rogan experience with Usman?
No, not yet.
Dude, in it he said exactly this. He said he trained that exact sequence. That's what he knocked out Masvidal with. He
Yes.
tried it on Leon Edwards in round 1. And
Yes.
Leon Edwards' coaches obviously saw, like,
Yes.
Leon, he's doing the thing,
Yeah.
do your thing.
That is insane. That's crazy. But also that just shows like there's no luck involved. It's a thing of like, yes, maybe sometimes it looks lucky, but that's what makes the sport
lucky.
so insane.
Like even if someone like storms forward and just throws wild punches, like you can get out of that. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest thing to do, but I mean, if someone closes their eyes and comes forward, like knee up the middle or whatever, like you can see those openings. And I don't know. It was a super cool thing I saw.
I actually want to just quickly chat about the deadliest sport on earth, the game of chess.
Oh.
And just speaking of luck, like there's not, like in chess, I don't think you can get lucky.
I thought you were going to talk about the guy who cheated with like a
No,
thing.
we're gonna chat about that now, but you can't if you have that Magnus guy who's ranked number 1 in the world. He's been number 1 for quite a while now, and you have him play against a guy that's I don't know, not
Unranked.
number 1,
Yeah.
but the chances are he's gonna win.
Yeah.
Like 99 out of 100. He's probably always gonna win.
Yes.
And then I think that's how this whole thing of like you can't explain, so you can't really get lucky in chess. So they went to cheating,
Yes.
and then the
Like,
conspiracy started.
Ridiculous cheating. No.
Morse code
this is-
via.
This is how, like, my head, this
Yeah.
is how I thought. I was like, okay, he's got a vibrating thing up his ass that, like, buzzes his moves to him.
Okay, but-
allegedly, hold on. Allegedly.
Yes.
How do you translate buzzes into moves?
100%. That was the thing. Like, even in Morse code, it's such a hard thing. Like a A is like a beep hold.
Yeah.
Okay, which is already kind of intense. Okay, that's just one letter. How do you buzz someone like a C4 to D6? I don't even know if that is possible.
Do you get numbers
Please-
in Morse code?
Probably.
But
Yes, probably.
But wouldn't
I
that
don't
get
know.
confusing? Like 4 quick buzzes could be a 4, but 3 quick buzzes and a hold, that's like an E.
I don't know. We're a bunch of idiots. Like, we shouldn't even actually be talking about this. But it was so interesting to see people going to that length of like, no, it's a buzz in the ass.
Must be.
It must.
And like I saw, like they have really stringent. Like they search the guys,
Yes.
they detect them and stuff. I don't think they do a cavity search.
Yeah.
But they come pretty close.
Yeah, and actually, there's a few banned substances in chess, which I actually found out about recently. There's like certain, obviously, like certain drugs, obviously, certain like focusing medication and like stress relievers, stuff like that.
that's
Like you are
interesting.
not allowed to use, so they get tested.
Well, that makes sense actually. Like if you like pressure.
Yes.
Pressure makes all the difference in the world.
But pressure as well. But imagine you can like, I don't know if marijuana is like illegal or legal, but if you can smoke a joint and then you can really like get into it, like you are on that board.
Well, you just don't have those nerves. Like
Yeah.
you don't feel like everyone's breathing down your neck. You're just sparring chess.
My point of this whole story is like, you might be able to cheat in chess via vibrating. But I've never seen a fight where the guy gets knocked out and then it's like, oh no, you cheated.
Yeah, no.
Never. Like,
no,
never.
no.
It's also like, okay, you maybe got caught, but it's never a cheat. Leon didn't cheat.
No.
No.
Some
Derek
guys
Lewis
do
didn't
cheat,
cheat in
like-
round 3
No.
against Volk.
And this is not talking about PEDs or anything like
Mm.
that. This is talking purely about 2 guys going in there and one getting a fluke victory.
Yes, 100%. And I wonder if in the chess world you can be like, maybe you made a mistake, just like in fighting. You can make a mistake. But he didn't come out and say he made a mistake. So
Yeah, he immediately jumped to like, oh no, I'm too good to make mistakes almost.
yes, yeah.
Like, how could this guy capitalize on my mistake?
Yes.
I am
I'm
Magnus.
close to chess perfect. And that now you have this. It can either be that, which is probably
Yeah.
the one, but I want to believe this one.
I-
I want the guy that sold him. I want the guy that did the Morse code. I want him to come out with a apology video of 12 minutes long, and then I want him to explain what happened.
Yeah, like sometimes like the simplest, the easiest, and the most straightforward explanation is probably the truth.
Yes, 100%.
Are the people in the government like mind controlling lizards, or are they just like incompetent?
Yeah, probably
They're
the
probably
second
just
one.
incompetent.
Yeah.
And it just seems like they are trying to destroy your life, you know?
Yeah, 100%. One knockout that was not lucky because it was so dominant was Yoel Romero versus
ugly.
Manuf. Yeah.
Ugly. How is he still doing that at 45?
Crazy. 45 and Manuf is 46.
Yo,
That's one of the oldest
Goodness.
main events they probably have ever had.
probably
which is-
one of the oldest combined like ages.
Yes, yeah.
Like, has there ever been a fight with a combined age of 91?
Yeah, I doubt it.
That is,
I don't know, but I doubt it.
like, you've had fights with where the combined age is not even 40.
Yes.
My fight wasn't even 40. Well, might have been just 40. I don't know.
Just 40, yeah.
And definitely not 91.
More than double that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Yoel just looked great in that fight, and now a lot of people online were calling for Romero versus Jake Paul in a boxing fight,
Okay.
which is
In a boxing fight, I think Anderson Silva is a more dangerous opponent than
100%.
Romero.
100%.
And I think that's signed or like
that's
it has
yeah,
a date.
that's
Yeah.
done. Yeah, that's a done deal. That's gonna be great. Anderson, please. Just like please, don't take the buyout if that's on the tables. Don't do that, please.
And
Head kick him.
Not even like, yes, you want Jake Paul to lose, but I don't want to see Anderson lose. I want to
Yes.
see Anderson do amazing.
I want to see a great fight, but what I want to see the most, round 1, head kick.
Yes.
Do
like, I saw was it the Anderson fight with, I think it was Griffin or the...
Balfour?
No. Where he just like entered the matrix.
Yes.
Like dodging here.
Dodge.
Ah,
He was like in a corner.
Yes, he's running back
Yes.
and then hit a right. and he just-
Crazy. Yeah,
Yo.
great. I really hope he can show up like that and really stick it to Paul. Yeah, that's going to be a crazy fight. But yeah, Yoel Romero looked great. He called out the champion. The champion said he's ready to retire another legend. So it's
I'm here for it.
yeah, 100%.
Bellator, I think the other organizations, they're not on the level of the UFC, obviously not.
Yes.
But that gap is closing.
100%. Yeah, it is. It's really entertaining to watch the other events as well. Because we're here in South Africa, it's quite hard to watch the other stuff.
yeah.
We don't get easy access to it, and we're actually quite blessed with the UFC being on SuperSport, because I think South Africans are massive fans, but I think they're also quite lazy in terms of like. A lot of people bought Fight Pass just to watch me on the Contender Series, which I'm really grateful for.
I didn't.
Which you messaged me, hey, send me your logins.
I watched it with your family.
You watched it with my family that asked me, hey, send me your logins. So it was one of those things like, okay, mom, just pay the 160 rand.
Oh,
it's
exactly.
like $18.
It's your son fighting. Come on.
Just do it.
The thing is, SuperSport is obviously everywhere because everyone watches the Bokke.
Yes,
Like, you
100%.
cannot miss a
That's the
Bokke.
only reason why people still have DSTV.
Absolutely.
Is for the SuperSport channels between SuperSport 201 and now actually 215 as well, because then we can watch the Formula One.
Ah, yes.
But the rest of the channels,
Not
I
even
don't
Formula One.
even-
Like if you just pay, I have the Formula One pass. It's like $5, like $80 a
Oh,
month.
that's actually quite
$80
cheap.
a month, and I
Yeah.
watch all the qualifying and everything.
But you
on there.
still need DSTV for the rugby. Yeah.
But you can almost like everyone's Opa or Oma has a DSTV login lying somewhere. And I promise you, Opa is not up at 4 in the morning watching UFC.
Yeah, 100%.
So you can use the password there.
Yeah.
That's why the UFC is so great. That's
Yeah,
why I think we
100%.
follow it more.
Yeah.
But I want to watch more Bellator, absolutely.
100%. That and even one, like
Yes.
Demetrius Johnson's last fight. And it's so crazy because we always talk about the ex-UFC fighters now in other organizations now fighting. But you have guys like the Gallagher guy that fought Benson Henderson. And that was a great fight. I only watched highlights, but of the highlights looked great, Like Demetrius Johnson, his rivalry with that other guy
I
is
think
awesome.
he's almost, I think the other guy's name is like Moraes or something like that. But he's almost, I don't know, the UFC almost try and erase him a little bit. Like, I would say DJ is more recognized as a one fighter in his own right than he is as a former UFC fighter.
100%. But I also do think that is the brilliance of one's marketing. Like they took him in and they took very
Ran
good
with
care
him.
of him. Yeah, 100%.
What a trade they did. Ben Askren for DJ.
Sheesh.
I think that keeps Dana up at night. That trade.
I don't think so. He got a viral knockout from that. That is
true.
literally on
That
every
is true.
highlight reel ever.
Ever. That's true.
So he was just like,
That's okay.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like the UFC is at a point where even if you think they lose, they win.
Yeah.
And you could see that
That's
with
fair.
the UFC 279 card. You could see that. In terms of like event disasters, it was quite stressful, having Chimaev miss weight, all that. That worked out for them, 100%.
I just realized, goodness, like I can't talk that much shit about the UFC. They literally like pay you. For a moment there, I forgot that you were in the UFC at all. I was like, oh yeah, there, UFC. Then UFC like is this abstract foreign concept. I'm just, oh shit, yeah.
I'm hopefully fighting there in a few months, so yeah, keep your mouth shut.
Oopsie.
Don't you dare disrespect my boss like that.
No, but I completely forgot for a second.
But 100%. But even though, like, if it came down to if they messed up, yes, they messed up. If it was unfair, yes, it's unfair.
Goodness,
but
if you can put on 280 pay-per-view events and have one fuck up, that's not too bad, eh?
Yeah, 100%. Imagine, okay, I've helped host versus events. Okay, so I've did like consultant work, if you can call it that. I helped with the matchmaking, all that. So
Organizing and stuff.
It's one of the hardest and most stressful jobs in the world. I promise you that. I've been more stressed before a versus event than before
your own
fights.
fight. I saw that. Like
Yes.
you are a much more pleasant person 2 weeks leading up to a fight than a week leading up to versus.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, just give him a wide
It
berth.
is so stressful. So I really do think people that like give any organization flack about anything has not hosted an event, because it is even like a grappling event. We at the last versus we had like 350 competitors, which was quite insane, kids included, and just we actually had someone that we outsourced most of that admin, but still all the stress and everything reverts
Final
back to us.
responsibility rests on you.
100%, and it's insane. So just going to the Contender Series, being in Vegas, just seeing how professional they like, it gave me again, it just reaffirmed that newfound respect I have for what they do.
How do you even do matchmaking with like 700 guys on your roster? How
That's
do you do
headache.
that?
That's it. I'll have like a massive spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Like a whiteboard, and then just
That's the benefit they have. They have these big windows.
Big windows.
That's I love doing that. Like
writing on a window.
Yeah. So I'm obviously in software and stuff, and then like we don't have our own offices, but then we like rent out the space.
Yeah.
And like the nice spaces give you a whiteboard marker, and you can like write on the window.
That's sick.
On the inside,
Yeah.
I love it.
And it makes you feel businessy.
Oh, it does.
It's like, I'm gonna change the world with this window and this marker. The world will be changed.
Oh yes.
They're gonna make a movie like The Social Network about me.
Yeah.
Writing
About
on this window.
what about building? I can't say too much, but like building apps for like the most boring businesses you can think of.
Most boring, but like some of them, it's scary. Like how you've said, "Oh no, I met with these guys." I'm like, yeah, Yeah, they're kind of massive. That's
a
really
big
scary.
company.
What did you tell them?
Dude, that's so weird. Like on the fighting side, I don't know how you interact with like big name fighters that you've always looked up to.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, like I meet people that are like 20 years older than me, and I can't call them oom.
Yeah.
It's like I can't call you oom. Like we're equals.
Yeah. But yeah, most of the time it just looks like I slept with a hanger in my mouth, just like just smiling the whole time. Yeah, thank you, whatever.
Thank you. Don't ask me questions, please.
But I don't even think we're gonna spend time talking about the two next events.
No, it's
like
then this week's is horrible. At least there's F1. Like
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
the saving grace.
I think next week we'll definitely chat about the week after's event. The one fight I am looking forward to on this card is Sadiq Youssef fighting
Oh yeah, that's
whoever he's fighting.
Youssef
But I
is
just like Youssef. I like his fighting style a lot. I think that's a great fight. And
he's fighting a guy without a profile picture.
yeah, so maybe fairly new or not.
Don Shanus.
Or he's
something.
not. Okay, wait, go back to the
He's got quite a good record on him. It's
Go
like
to the-
12 and 13.
go to the prelims quickly.
Okay. Let's see what we got.
Just one fight.
Just one prelim. How
One
does that
prelim?
work?
No, it's probably not updated
Yeah,
yet.
probably. And then then 280's coming up.
Yes.
Oh, 280.
So it's great.
Baby.
I think they timed it perfectly. They have like these two cards that are rough, but then the masses will turn back to UFC 280, and that's gonna be sick. And we must save our thoughts. We must.
wait for 280.
I think for 280 we'll do. Actually, this time, not just spitball our predictions, proper research.
Yeah.
We'll go through every single fight on the card.
Statistical analysis.
We will be on the money.
on the, okay.
Don't put your money based on our predictions, but
Never financial advice, but
also,
but
if
good advice.
if you guys, funny enough, we get kind of a lot of messages of sports bettors like that are quite interested in what people have to say about the
Yeah.
fight events. And so if for the next two cards, if you have a prediction, please share it with us. We'll probably not do the research, so any help will go a long way. So,
Because, like this is not an MMA deep analysis discussion kind of channel. This is talking shit, and then every now and then, like, it's centered around fighting.
100%.
Like,
100%.
we're fight fans. We're not fight analysts.
We have a bunch of like cool
Well,
guests
I'm a
coming.
fight fan. You're a fighter.
I'm a massive fight fan. I'm still a dork. Hello.
Hello.
I'm a massive fan.
Mr. Charlie Olives.
Yeah,
hello.
Charlie Olives. Man, white teeth. Yeah, check. But we have a bunch of cool guests coming on the show
Actually,
as well.
this time.
Yeah, 100%. It's taking a
Yeah.
while. Guys are busy. They don't want to come to my house. They think it's weird. But then we'll always, no matter who comes on the show, we'll always revert it back to the great sport of mixed martial arts.
Oh yeah, that's why we're all here. We are here to enjoy the sports of MMA,
Yeah.
to enjoy the spectacle, to enjoy the circus.
And to enjoy
The blood, the guts.
juiciness of grappling.
Oh no, that's it like that.
And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to just watch listen to the audio version, you can go to wherever you listen to your podcasts. If you like watching us as well, we look quite terrible, but you can do that on YouTube. And thank you guys for your time. Check you guys next week. Cheers,
Cheers, people.